I wouldn't have caught the fish that we did because you can see them and I can't.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Well, the three magic rules are colour, shape, movement.
Yeah.
So that's what we're looking for. Also, you get a feeling. You know, we've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
You get a feeling to where your fish is going to be.
Yeah.
We didn't have a lot of good light this morning, so they're a bit harder to see when the sun isn't out.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just get a feeling for where they're going to be.
Yep. So we got bigger fish here in New Zealand?
Yeah, they're probably some of the largest average-sized trout you'll find anywhere around the world.
Right.
Bit of a trade-off with that is we don't have big numbers of them. Some other rivers around the world will have huge densities of fish, but they're all small.
Yeah. Whereas
Whereas in New Zealand we tend to target the larger fish.
Out of 10, how many people would you get a fish for if they're taking you out for the day?
Oh, in an ideal world, all 10.
Yeah.
But the reality of the situation is the better you fish, the more you catch.
Right.
And that's the bottom line in New Zealand. 9.5.
Sweet. That's a pretty good rate.
Yeah, it's a good strike rate.
Yeah. So if you're coming to Turangi, what would the ideal season be? You can obviously fish year round.
Well, my favourite time of year is January, February, March.
Right.
Middle of summer, it's our dry fly season. If we get a good cicada year, we're fishing big dry flies and get these big trout coming up and smacking a fly on the surface.
Awesome.
It's a real kick in the pants.
Awesome. Bring your sunscreen.
Absolutely. But we do get good fishing all year round. You don't just have to come that time of year. The spring fishing is probably when we get the highest numbers of fish.
Yeah.
These rivers that run into Lake Taupo really stack up with good numbers. It's a slow day if you go out and you only put a dozen on the bank over 20 inches.
Wicked.
You know, so we've got some really good options that time of year as well.
Yeah. So what's the biggest fish you've ever seen caught on the Tongariro?
We've had clients catch them up around that 14-pound mark.
Wow.
Both of those were big brown trout.
Yeah.
And the brown trout tend to come up out of Lake Taupo starting January, peaking sort of February, March, April.
Is that up here in the upper Tongariro or?
Yeah, the browns typically spawn in the tributary streams running into the river, whereas the rainbows will spawn mainstream Tongariro.
Right. So it's kind of, 8 to 1 rainbows to browns in
No,
here?
not even that. It's probably 3% brown trout.
Right, okay.
So it's predominantly a rainbow fishery.
So we've been at the lodge for a couple of nights and it's been awesome. The food's been great.
Yep.
The environment is just amazing. It's fantastic being on the river. Tell us a bit about the lodge and why it's a good place to stay.
Well, Tongariro Lodge was one of the first fishing lodges established in New Zealand.
Yep.
We've been operating about 33 years now, I think it is. And we've had the who's who's of the fly fishing world come fish with us.
Yeah.
Still a lot of them are regular clients. We've got people who have fished with us for over 25 years come out every year.
Great.
The experience of the guides, we use the top guides available in the area.
Yep.
I myself have worked for Tony Hayes, who owns the place, for 25 years now.
Great.
So when you've got that sort of loyalty with your guides, then it creates a situation where a client can come in and fish with us and expect knowingly that they're going to get looked after really well.
Fantastic. And of course you can walk straight out of your hotel room onto the river.
Well, it's a funny thing. I'll tell you a story. We often fish this river, and I often wish the Tongariro Lodge was built 25 minutes away from this river so people would drive a little way to get to their fishing spot. We drive them 2 minutes from the lodge, get out and start fishing. They look at you and they go, "What's this all about? Is this it?" And that's why the lodge is here on the banks of the Tongariro River.
Yeah, fantastic.
Because it is such a great river.
Yeah. Hey, wicked cheers, Tim. Thanks for an awesome day on the river, mate.
You're welcome, mate. Anytime.
Champion.